Hey guys, it's Tiff back, and I am a guest artist with our mixed media mood board, and I was so freaking excited whenever Jen and Dee Dee asked me to do this. So as you see, this is the challenge board. The mood board had so many beautiful textures and purples and plums. I was super excited to be able to work with this board today. And as you see, this is the completed project, which we're going to do a walkthrough. And I do want to remind you that Jen and Dee Dee have an amazing group on Facebook, so make sure you check the description box below so you can go and join that Facebook group. So many amazing people and inspiration you can find there. So as you see, what I like to do anytime that I'm using an inspiration or a mood board is I like to kind of get my palette, textures, and some of my bits and bobs, giblets and things, y'all. And I like to get them all together so I have them close by so that I can quickly just grab it as the inspiration strikes. And I'm working in my skinny long cardboard journal here today. And I'm going to go directly in with this. This is a chalk paint. So it dries really matte, and as you see, I'm just going wild and crazy and squirting some gray paint directly onto the pages. Why not, right? So I really love, there was some subtle gray tones, and you really can't go wrong with the combination of gray and plum, purple. Purple is not something that I use a ton, so I was super excited to kind of explore and create with this. And as you see, I'm going directly in with the white paint, in the wet paint, excuse me, with the oil pastels. And I made some just messy marks, which, you know, I never go into any page knowing what I'm going to do. So I just kind of wing it. And as you see, I just slap it down. So I'm using some of those purpley plum colors into the background just to kind of, what I call is just kind of give it energy and see where this page wants to go. The best way that I know how to find out where the page is going is really just get my hands into it, because I feel like when I get my hands into it and I get messy and I'm not really thinking about the outcome, I'm much more free and enjoy the process so much more. So as you see, I went in with the fluid acrylics. That's a fluid acrylic ink in blue, and it really was too blue for what I was wanting, so I went back and took a baby wipe and kind of pushed that back a little bit, wiped it off, made sure that I noticed that I kind of pulled back a little bit of the gray, which was fun because I like being able to see that text in the background. And oh man, this purpley grape color, swoon, so much fun. And I'm just going wild and crazy, and these are all craft paints, so any paints that you have, you just go in there, grab them, start slapping them down on the page. I like to smooth them out, zhuzh them out a little bit. That's a technical term, zhuzh them. And now I'm going to go in with some Payne's Gray, a dark, rich color that just kind of really pops. And I love that picture of the moon and like the darkness with that moon silhouette behind it. So I'm kind of pulling all of those dark, rich, vibrant plum colors as well as this Payne's Gray. And I'm taking that baby wipe and I'm just, because it's kind of texturized, when I plop it down like that, it's picking up just a little bit of the paint and adding a little bit of texture to it. So I really like that effect. And I'm going here and just drying in between the layers, and I'm still have that little flap there, that craft flap, and I'm just letting it hang out for a minute because I'm not sure if I'm going to wrap that flap around the back or if I'm actually going to use it on this page. So the jury's still out on that one. And I'm going in there with just some light, a lighter color. I believe that was white. And I'm just kind of taking some of that inspiration from the moon and the colors and the contrast behind that. And it's not a page if Tiffany doesn't put some scribbles on it. So I grabbed those Prisma and Inktense pencils. And I'm just going to the very, very edge of it to make some loose scribbly marks in some of the colors that we're using in this. And now I just grabbed some pastels because they were right there. And that's new pastels, I believe, yeah. New pastels I'm taking, and I'm just kind of using that vibrant. And then I decided that I'm not going to use that little flap there. I'm going to roll it to the back, and it's going to be a surprise to use it on another page one day. So I'm just creating some movement here with some quick mark making, and just to see, I like the dots. It kind of brings your eye around the page. I'm leaving some of the gray and white in the corners there because I think it's a great place for your eye to really rest. And I wanted to say welcome if this is your first time watching me, if you're coming over for Jen and Dee Dee's channel. Thanks so much for being here. I'm just a crazy girl who loves color, and, well, you can't miss the accent, right? So, I wanted to thank you guys for coming by. Also, let you know it would be awesome if you would just click the subscribe button, leave me a comment, tell me what you think about the mixed media moods, and also make sure you go check out Dee Dee and Jen's channel. They are phenomenal. Make sure you check them out because I know that their projects are amazing. And so as you see here, I'm just adding a little bit of texture with the masking tape. Just kind of breaking up the page. Masking tape is a really good way to break up your page. If it feels a little heavy in some areas, it gives you a textural element. I'm a masking tape lover. And so I'm going here with the Inktense, and I'm just kind of moving so that the masking tape is not so in your face, just kind of moving some of those similar colors around. And I'm taking my left hand now, and I'm just making some scribbly wild marks. I know that's so surprising for those of you who have been watching me for a while. That's kind of a go-to move. And I felt like there was some opportunity here to create some brighter contrast with the white. And that's all I'm doing is taking my finger and just going in, letting your eye kind of move around the page and blending them really nicely. So now I have this DMC floss, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you I don't end up using it. I really wanted to, but the opportunity just didn't arise. So I took some paper, and I took that Sari silk ribbon that I had in the beginning, and I sewed it through the sewing machine, zip, 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 just a straight stitch. And now I'm adding a little giblet of, I believe this is a prescription maybe, and I'm going in with some of the Liquitex matte medium so it's good and stuck down, and I'm just creating kind of a border right there. I really love how the fibers in that the mood board just really, I don't know, I just love anytime you can add layers of fabric or stitching and layers and contrast to it. So it was a fantastic mood board. Thanks, girls, for inviting me to play along with you. And make sure you go over and check out in the description box, and at the end of the video you will see how to get to their beautiful videos, as well as take a look at the projects that they created. Absolutely amazing. So now one last final step. I'm just going to take some Liquitex acrylic ink and a paintbrush, and I'm just gonna flick it and fling it because it's fun. And I think it gave it great movement in the very end. So thank you so much for tuning in today, and again, go check out their videos. Until next time, toodaloo.